Lessons we've learned from Grandpa Christensen.
Grandpa always taught us to take good care of our health. Hey, Casey. Oh, you look like you put on a few pounds there. Oh, you're looking... Grandpa always taught us to be of service. Always seemed to have patience through his actions. Always keep looking for a girlfriend, apparently. Grandpa always had a way of getting you out on a run with him. I'll get you Slurpees if you want to come and run with me.
Grandpa taught me that all physical labor is best done in a white church shirt. Going to Ephraim to mow the lawn.
Can I go clean up the barn?
Going to the church to pour some concrete. Going to the neighbor's house to pull the weeds.
Going to plant the garden. I'm going to run to St. Swords Marathon.
Grandpa said that while he ran his races, he'd leave a Coke out in the middle so he'd have a little pick-me-up while he was running. Yeah! Oh, look at this. The Coke I left.
Grandpa was a real good runner.
Getting that morning heartburn in. My nice good old treadmill in my workout room. Oh yeah!
Grandpa always knew the best books to read. Westerns.
Grandpa told me to always be clean shaven.
Grandpa would always teach us fun songs. Gather around, kids. We're gonna sing a little song. 3, 2, 1. Horsey, horsey, on our way.
We've been together for a many a day.
So let your tail go swish.
And your wheels go round.
Giddy up.
We're home, we're bound.
I had a horse whose name Napoleon, all on account of his bony parts.
He was hired by old Napoleon. From this horse I'd never part.
Hey Grandpa, how you doing?
Oh, not so good. I couldn't be doing better.
Do you have any advice for me?
Don't get old. It's terrible.
We love you, Grandpa.
Grandpa, we know you love Chuckarama.
And we know you love your brownie with mashed potatoes and then gravy on top of that. Happy birthday. Hope you have an awesome...
Grandpa always taught us there's room for dessert, or what he liked to call it, second stomach. Oh, Grandpa, I'm stuffed. That dinner was great. Yeah, it was good, but we got room for ice cream, right? Yeah, let me get it. Snickers good? Oh, yeah.
Rise and shout, the Cougars are out. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and we need to get some firewood, boys.
I'm Grandpa C. Of course I'm going to tell Ammon to cut his hair every time I see him.
Okay, it's springtime, and it's time to go turn on the water for the sprinkling system. I got everything. I got the pipe cleaner, the pipe cement, all of the tools. Oh, the only thing I don't have... Monique, do you have a hacksaw? Thank you.
I'm Grandpa C. Of course I'm gonna go on a quick 5-mile run before I go wake the grandkids up and see if they want to go on a light jog.
Grandpa, need any help?
No, I'm just gonna sharpen this lawnmower blade.
Hi, I'm Mr. C, and today I'm going to teach algebra, and you're all very interested.
I'm Grandpa C. Of course I'm gonna mix all my cereal.
I always remember watching lots of ball games with Dad, especially the BYU basketball game. Oh, BYU! Yeah, good shot!
Grandpa always stressed the importance of family, and he showed it by giving my number to single men at the temple. Welcome to the temple. I'm Brother Christensen. Are you single? Let me give you my granddaughter's name and number.
What I learned from Grandpa was that you can always be kind to others and not to be in a rush, and to always share the light of Christ with strangers that you just meet.
Grandpa, where were you? You were only supposed to go on a 2-mile run.
Oh yeah, I got lost and I met Sally Sue, and she was on her way to get her hair cut, and she was so beautiful. And then I kept going, and then I ran into Bob. Bob has a tough life, but he's still so happy. It was great meeting them.
Grandpa always taught me that family comes first, no matter how far, how wide. It's important to be there for those monumental moments. And I always remember him saying, "Hi, I'm Grandpa." Happy birthday, Grandpa. "Hi, I'm Grandpa. I'm here for the wedding. Thank you." "Hi, I'm Grandpa. And I am here for the ceiling." "Hi, I'm Grandpa, and I'm here for the mission farewell."
Grandpa always taught me every moment is a missionary moment, except for rock chucks.
Here comes the Christensen family fun run!
Grandpa taught me how to waltz on a ski trip.
Things my dad taught me: you're always supporting family. Playing basketball in high school, all the noise going on in the little stadium, but I could always hear one voice, all the others. "Kurt, you gotta shoot! Kurt, you gotta shoot! You can make it! Come on, shoot!" And that's what he would always say, and I could hear that above all the other things. As I've had my own children grown and become to support them, I can always think that if life goes crazy and it's noisy and everything around you is drawing you, there's always a voice, and it's usually your father's, whether it's your heavenly father or your earthly father. If you'll listen carefully, you'll hear that voice above everybody else, and that was my dad. I could hear him above every other voice.
One of the lessons I have learned from Grandpa is the importance of missionary work. I remember him always asking which grandkid is serving where and how are they doing. Also remember when Grandpa was in the branch presidency of the MTC, whenever we would visit, he would give us tours around the MTC.
One of the things I remember most about Grandpa is when him and Grandma Fran were temple coordinators, and all the experiences and people they would meet at the temple and how much the temple was important to them.
So one thing I remember about Grandpa and something he's taught us is that he was always the one that was able to make it to our ski trips. Well, he wasn't always the one to go down some of the double diamonds that we used to go down. He would always be there to encourage us, show his support and everything like that. So that's one thing that I know and love about Grandpa.
One of the things that I learned from Dad is to enjoy the sweet things in life, specifically chocolate Costco muffins, cut in half.
Grandpa Christensen has taught me to follow up when it comes to dating. Hey Connor, you dating anybody new this time?
So I learned to drive from Dad frequently on Mott, M-O-T-T Road, where he would run and then I would drive along dirt road while he'd run along the railroad tracks.
How old are you?
12, 13. There we go. There was Grandpa running. And
whoa, Dad, keep going! Keep running! You're on mile 2. You're almost finished.
He'd hit the other part of Mott Road, take him where he would go running along the railroad tracks. And then I would drive around.
Okay, go down and get him.
With him.
Kyle Christensen. Woo! Nice.
He'd wear his tank top and a hat.
Nice.
And his short shorts.
Yup. Dad, how's work going? Going pretty good. It's Friday and we have a football game tonight, and I was wondering if you could give me a blessing.
Okay. Sit down.
Every Friday night, my junior and senior year, I would go and get a father's blessing from my dad. Frequently it was over at the district office, which is right at the high school. Grandpa, after he was done with his assignments for the day as stake president, he'd come home and he'd lay in his recliner and he'd put his sweats on and his white shirt and he'd fall asleep.
Hal, I need help with dinner.
One thing I always thought is he would always fall asleep really easy. And I remember where they used to talk about the prophet Joseph Smith would fall asleep really easy because he had a clear conscience before God. I always thought that about Dad.
Grandpa taught us the importance of supporting family members in important life events.
We always felt so loved when Grandma and Grandpa came to support us.
They came to our baptism, our graduation, my mission farewell, my temple sealing, and lots of family reunions. But most importantly, Grandpa taught us to love chocolate cake.
When I think of Dad or Grandpa C, I think of a person that is filled with a lifelong filled of love and service. Of his mission and all of his missionary service. His first one being in Australia, and then Indonesia, then Thailand, then Ecuador, and then at the MTC a few times, and I think incredible service. Think of him as a bishop and the love that he gave to his people. Then I think of him as the stake president and how incredible he was as he led his people as a stake president. But most of all, I think of my dad, and I consider you a dad, even though I am just a daughter-in-law, as a father. And you have shown me a lifelong of love in the last almost 25 years. And I love you, and I love your beautiful testimony of Jesus Christ and your desire to be faithful in keeping your covenants, and that you're a man of honor and duty bound, and most of all that you love us and you love our Heavenly Father the most. And he's the reason drive to have lived such a beautiful life. But happy birthday, Dad. Love you.
Happy 90th birthday. 9 decades on this earth is special. We love you. We're standing outside the Hyde Park Chapel, Visitor Center, and the mission office. And there's a beautiful Christus of Jesus Christ. I appreciate your service, your gospel example, and all that you've done to pave the way. Help us all to see the value of being missionaries. And we love you. And we're enjoying this great opportunity, as I'm sure you did. Have a wonderful day. Christ lives. This is his work, and we're happy to be involved with it.
Example of what you have taught me, which is service. And you have always been great in my life from the very beginning of when we were young, serving in the church. And it's been a delight to be your daughter and not only watch you at church, watch you in the community, and how kind and considerate you have always been. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I am so glad Heavenly Father sent me to you, and I'm so glad that we get to serve a mission and be able to do what you taught us in serving. When we were in Santa Ana, California, I remember the little red wagon, pulling the newspapers, grabbing around the neighborhood, and trying to get money to build the chapel. That was fun. Thanks so much for allowing me to be who I am and you showing the way. I hope that I have been able to do just as good as you. I don't know about that, but I have surely tried to share the gospel and teach my children about service and working hard. I love you. Have a happy birthday.